Hey, here we go. I'm live. It's been a little while. It's been a long while since I've popped on and done an Instagram live, and I figured I'd pop on tonight because I was strumming around my guitar and say hello and play you guys a little tune. I hope everyone has been well and is having an amazing weekend. I had some house guests this weekend to record a podcast. I had Naveen Jane, the billionaire entrepreneur from Seattle. He hopped on his private jet and he flew into the airstrip about 10 minutes from my house yesterday afternoon. And we recorded an amazing podcast for you guys this morning that I think you're really going to love. And then I took him into downtown Spokane, which he thought was going to be all rednecks and gun racks and wooden shanties, because, you know, he's a high roller from Seattle, and took him out to a nice little juice cafe, organic juice cafe down there called Method. Took him out to see the Spokane Falls, walked through the mall to prove that we actually have an actual mall here, and hopefully reinvented his notions of what the east side of Washington State looked like. And more importantly, recorded a really cool episode for you guys. And then I also, of course, released for you an intriguing episode with a 15-year-old kid this morning that I got a lot of really good feedback on. People love that episode. You'd think that interviewing a very young man like that would just be a chat of adolescent material, but it was actually, I was really impressed with this kid. So I think you guys will dig that episode. What else? I worked today on a post for you for my Sabbath Rambling series that will come out tomorrow. It's about friendship, so I think you'll enjoy that one. And then I spend Sundays writing, so tomorrow I'll be working on the following week's post for you, which is about joy and happiness. And that's related to a book that I just started reading today. It arrived. I did not know this book existed, but it arrived on my doorstep today, and I already read half of it. I'll probably finish the other half when I go up to bed tonight. It's a book by Dawson Church. It's an interesting one, Bliss in the Brain, about meditation and the chemicals that are released in the brain during meditation. Should give you another glance there. Bliss in the Brain. Dawson Church is the guy who has the meditation track. That's probably one of my favorite meditation tracks that exists because it's a combination of gratitude, tapping, vagal nerve activation, coherent breathing, and meditation and gratitude and love. And so it's a shotgun approach to medication. You know, and as a guy who likes to throw 30 different things into my blender every morning for breakfast, I'm all about the shotgun approach when it comes to meditation. So let's see. Before I play a song for you guys, any questions? I'll answer a couple questions and I'll hop on. Everybody always asks what brand of blue light blocking glasses I wear. I wear Raw. Shout out to my friend Matt Maruka. He runs this company, Raw. Talk about young men who are amazing and intelligent, and folks who I love to either inspire or mentor or chat with. Matt's another guy you should look into. He's had a couple episodes on my show before, and he has this wonderful blue light blocking company that does really good things with their lens technology. So I think he's doing a great job. Let's see. Any other questions? How do I choose what podcasts I go on? I'm glad you asked this question, because I'm not saying this to sound vain, but I get about 10 requests a day to be on podcasts. And considering that podcasts are exploding in popularity, they're kind of like blogs, right? Originally there were maybe 12 blogs, right? Like maybe Seth Godin and Tim Ferriss and, a few popular blogs. Now there's hundreds of thousands of blogs. And the same thing is happening with podcasting. And so, a decade ago, if someone would have asked me if I wanted to write a guest article for a blog, that would have been an easy choice because you automatically know which blogs are which. Now, because I get so many requests to be on podcasts, I typically see how long that podcast has been around, which tells me if that person is serious about podcasting, the frequency with which they're releasing their podcast, which means if they're releasing like one episode every 6 months, that shows me it's probably not a super serious podcaster, or they're putting a lot of preparation time into that one podcast episode they're doing every half year. And then I also look at stats, like the number of downloads that the podcast has. I look at the number of reviews that podcast has. I look at the number of followers that podcaster has on social media. And I look at the other guests that podcaster has interviewed. And then once I take all that into account, I decide whether or not for me to go on that show, it would be the best use of my time, would be a way for me to through the lens of my purpose statement in life, to make the most impact with my purpose statement in life. And sometimes it is a tough call, because sometimes I have good friends who will start podcasts and they'll be like, yo, you want to come on my podcast? And I'm like, well, maybe 11 months from now down the road, when you've shown that you're serious about this, you got a bunch of interviews in the can, you've publicized it, and you put the work in, then yes. And so those are the type of criteria that I look at, because I just can't. I've found I have to say no. I could literally be on podcasts all day long, every day, and I know that would be interesting, but there are other ways for me to make impact. And I'll tell you right now, the most meaningful thing for me is writing long form content, because I think that is still something that has the most lasting footprint, like a really, really well written long form piece of content, like Boundless, the book, right? Big book, took me 3 years to write, but I'd rather do that than do 20 podcasts and have them be like flash in the pan podcasts. So I just finished a cookbook, and the cookbook will be published in a few months. And then I'm also currently writing a book on spiritual fitness, right? Not physical fitness or mental fitness, but spiritual fitness. So yeah, that's and then how does one come up with a purpose statement? Glad you asked. I just wrote an article about that. It is called How to Find Your Purpose in Life. And if you just Google Ben Greenfield, How to Find Your Purpose in Life, you would find it. And you'll learn how to form a purpose statement. Like my purpose statement is to read, write, learn, teach, sing, speak, compete, and create in full presence and selfless love to the glory of God. Right? That's my purpose statement. And up until a year ago, my purpose statement was to inspire people to live a more adventurous, joyful, and fulfilling life. And your purpose statement can change. Right? It doesn't have to be the same year in, year out. As you enter into a new chapter of your life, your purpose statement can change. But that article that I wrote, How to Find Your Purpose in Life, teaches you how to form your own single, succinct purpose statement in a way that weaves in things you like to do, things that self-actualize you, things you enjoyed to do when you were a kid, things that put you into the zone now. And I just teach you kind of how to systematize that process of putting together your purpose statement. So great question. All right, I'm going to play you guys a song. I really like this song. I have for a long time. I find it very encouraging, very settling to the soul. And especially when times are tough, this is a wonderful song to fall back on, and I just think it's beautiful. So here we go. Well, sometimes my life just don't make sense at all. When the mountains look so big and my faith just seems so small. So hold me, Jesus, 'cause I'm shaking like a leaf. You have been King of my glory. Won't you be my Prince of Peace? And I wake up in the night and I feel the dark. It's so hot inside my soul. I swear there must be blisters on my heart. So hold me, Jesus, 'cause I'm shaking like a leaf. You have been King of my glory. Won't you be my Prince of Peace? Surrender don't come natural to me, whoa, whoa. I'd rather fight you for something I don't really want. Sorry. and take what you give that I need. And I've beat my head against so many walls. I'm falling down, I'm falling on my knees. And this Salvation Army band is playing this hymn. And your grace rings out so deep, it makes my resistance seem so thin. I'm singing, hold me, Jesus, 'cause I'm shaking like a leaf. You've been King of my glory. Won't you be my Prince of Peace? Oh, hold me, Jesus, 'cause I'm shaking like a leaf. You've been King of my glory. Won't you be my Prince of Peace? There you go. The original artist was Rich Mullins, who I really like old school Christian gospel music singer, Native American fella, and he's just he's a really special soul. So, anyways, that's who that one's by. And for those of you who are celebrating the Sabbath tomorrow, I wish you a wonderful day of peace and rest and love and union with God and connection with others and everything that day is built for. And for those of you who are settling in for a night of sleep tonight, I wish you rest, sweet rest, deep sleep. And anyways, you guys are amazing, and I love you, and I wish you going forward just the most wonderful week. I promise, probably pop on a couple more times this week and maybe play a song or two. And I promise lots of amazing content and 2 more really great podcasts coming up on Thursday and Saturday. And finally, for those of you who have been wondering about that 3.5-hour epic podcast episode with Joel Green, I split it into 2 episodes, and I believe that part 1 comes out this coming Saturday, and part 2 comes out the following Thursday. So for those of you who've been asking me about that one, it's coming out soon. I'm stoked. You're going to dig it. All right, you guys. Have an amazing evening.